valuable. The Secretary of Natural Resources for the state of California was another speaker. He's John Laird. And you would agree, his job is to protect the natural resources of the state or to see that they are utilized effectively. Would that be fair?
Yeah, Secretary Laird, that's his job, is to both protect those resources and make sure we can utilize those in appropriate benefit for the people of California.
In the context of water, what is his position?
The position that we're seeing from the Secretary in developing issues, the main one they're focusing on is the Bay Delta, where the Sacramento and San Joaquin rivers come together. A very altered and a very problematic, environmentally disturbed river system.
Disturbed for what reason?
Their problems that they're facing there is so much of the habitat has been altered. A lot of the tidal wetlands and upland natural habitats are gone, and the water is gone too, some of it.
The habitats have been disturbed because of development, because of taking too much water out. Are those the two main, or is there another one?
Because of not so much development for cities, but conversion of wetlands, diking them off behind levees and converting them into farms.
Oh, agriculture.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of agriculture there.
So it's the expansion of agriculture or new approaches, and it is taking too much water. Is that it?
And then there's the other issues. There are other issues as well, but that's one. And then the other major one is all the water we've pulled out of the river. The species need that as well.
Okay, now it seems to me certain parts of this state are really suffering from a drought, and other parts, I just did a survey of farmers in even places like Fresno, San Luis Obispo, Watsonville, etc. A lot of them are not hurting, and I asked them, and they say, well, we have wells, okay? But then there seems to be a great swath of farmers in the Central Valley that are really suffering. So they need water, and so more from the Delta? What would help us here?
So most of the water that's taken out from the Delta goes to those farmers, but a lot of it also goes to urban agencies, and that includes us at Santa Clara County, that we get about 40% of our water supply comes from the Bay Delta, the water to serve 1.8 million people of Silicon Valley. So, so the idea that Secretary Laird talked about last Thursday was to try and balance protecting the habitat while also getting a secure and stable water supply coming from the Delta.
How do you do that?
What he is suggesting is that you can actually restore some of the habitat. That 500,000 acres, 500,000 acres of wetland habitat have been lost. They're talking about restoring 145,000 of those acres. And by doing that, they think that we can take water and still benefit the species.
So you take all the water that the Central Valley needs and urban areas need, and fixing the habitat, does that mean they need water for that?
The process of fixing the habitat, of like taking land that had been farmed and turning it back into wetlands, which is some of what will happen. Yeah, there would be some water usage involved with that. And I think what the Secretary Laird is trying to find a balance. So maybe the farms aren't going to get all the water. Actually, I can guarantee that. They're not going to get all the water that they would want. And maybe we're not going to get all the water we might want too. He thinks he's found a balance. Not everyone might agree with him. And whether the costs work out is something to figure out as well.
So am I correct?